Yo guys, Haxelar here, and in this video I won a game of Fortnite with the Wildwasp jar. Now as some of you may know, I have the series going on my channel where I win a game with every gun that can go in the inventory, and the Wildwasp jar was the hardest one yet. Let's first compare it to the rusty can. The can does 10 damage up on hit and the jar does 8. Not much of a difference you might think, but there's one big issue: the wasps. I want the final opponent to die to the jar and not to the wasps, so if the dude survives to the jar but dies to the wasps, I consider that a fail, making this incredibly hard. We could also compare it to the Firefly jar, but that thing does 30 damage on impact, already making it much easier. Well then, what's the plan? Step 1 is to die 100th a lot of games in a row to lower my matchmaking. There is no possible way I do this in a regular game. It is already hard enough to win in a lobby where 50% of the players do an edit course on you to eliminate you, let alone finish them with a Wildwasp jar that deals 8 damage. Once I'm in a low matchmaking game, step 2 is to get the perk Wildwasp weaponry. With this, every time you get a kill you get a new Wildwasp jar. This way I make every endgame with 12 Wildwasp jars. The third step is to eliminate all somewhat competent opponents, such that the last player is either really bad or literally a bot. If my opponent knows how to build, this is gonna end very badly. Step 4 is to make sure the last guy doesn't have any shield left. 12 jars can deal at most 96 damage, so if they still have shield left, I cannot eliminate them with the jar. Step 5 is to throw jars and pray. Alright, let's get into game 1. For the sake of the short, I wanted to get one game where I get a lot of kills. This means my matchmaking will go up a lot, so I won't do that for the other games. That high kill game is this game. I get a couple of kills and on my second perk select I get Wildwasp weaponry. I take the jars and get a couple more by eliminating some people. I loot the vault and the island. Eventually I get into a situation with 5 players remaining. Now remember, I need the final one to be bad at the game, so now it is important to eliminate any half-competent builder. Like this guy. And of course one bot dies to Zarn. Alright. 2 opponents left, and then I notice this guy. I recognize it's not a bot, but genuinely a bad player. Perfect candidate. I made my way over the zone, grab a terrible gun to crack the final opponent without killing them, and wouldn't you know, the last bot died to zone while I try and crack the final dude, who apparently doesn't have any shield to begin with, so I make my way over to him and start chucking jars at his feet. Now here I take massive damage from the wasps, so I escape the vicinity to try and take a slurp, but this idiot of a player dies to Zorun or Fall or the wasps. I don't even know it, but it's a failure. I die a ton again to lower my matchmaking, and now it's time for attempt 2. Which goes almost the exact same as the first attempt, but with less kills to not further increase my matchmaking. To make up for the wasp jars you get for eliminating players, eliminate NPCs instead, as they also reward Wildwasp jars. Here we are in an endgame again, and I notice this dude flying through the air. Now, I don't even know how to glide or redeploy this late in the game, and I've never seen a bot do this before. I might have used a geyser, but I'm pretty sure he's gotta be a real player, so I end him. After this there are 4 opponents left, and they're all fighting over there, on the opposite side of zone. At the time I didn't know everyone was over there, so I was kinda hoping one bot would maybe make its way to zone, but when I still hear shooting with only 2 opponents left, I make my way over there, and I don't even know where in the storm he is. Eventually I see the guy, but it's already too late. Attempt 3 I make it to the final 1v1 again. This is the perfect opportunity. I got a bot, he is in zone, just gotta make sure he doesn't have any shields left so I can start throwing my jars. Contemplating my life decisions, I go for attempt 4. But halfway through I realized I didn't get my matchmaking low enough, as these people know how to build a lot better than everyone I fought in the last 3 attempts. This fight was already a lot harder than the 3 previous games combined. Well, might as well give it a shot. Grab a vault, capture the island, and cool, 3 opponents remain. Let's hope at least one is bad at the game. Alright, this dude hopped in a bush, can't be that good. Where's the final guy? Oh, they're fighting now. Fantastic. I'll have to kill the better one of the two with the jar then. Okay, they're in zone. They didn't die to storm. That's a good beginning. I try to waste their mats, as if they can't build, that makes the end a lot easier. I grab a bad gun so I don't accidentally kill the final guy again. Okay, time for the 1v1. First step is to crack him. Here I hear him get into the bush, so I start spraying at the bush, but he's behind the wall instead, and I finally crack him. But the zone's already on its way. I start chucking my jars, wasting quite some of them as he heals. And at this point, I basically know that I'm screwed. I'm 20 health, 2 ticks away from death, so I just start throwing as it's my only chance. Did you see that? My health went from 10 to 1 instead of 0. And oh my god, I managed to do it. Or did I? I was already celebrating, knowing that there was a chance he died to the zone and not the jar, so I enter replay mode. As you can see, his body exploded exactly on the impact of the jar, but his HP bar doesn't go down fully until the next Zorn tick. Either way, there is no chance I get another game that gets this close to the wire and I count it as a win. But what do you think? Should this count or not? Let me know down in the comments, and while you're at it, make sure to like and subscribe so I know I should make more of these kinds of videos in the future. And who knows, I might see you guys for another game analysis in the future. Or if they bring the fish collections back, please! In case you didn't know, I also have another channel where I upload Pokemon content in case you're interested in that. Or come check out my live streams at Twitch, I might even be streaming some Fortnite there.